The Perceived Effect of the Modality Principle on Digitally Engaged Digital Natives by Kelly Kirk. Thank you for the opportunity to present this. I look forward to it. I appreciate the opportunity to do the work that we've done and engage with each other in the class. I wish all my classmates good luck, and let's see what happens. Here we go. So the purposeful recruitment of the proposed study sample will be combined through social media call for volunteers. Volunteers will contact the researcher through either direct contact via social media or via email. Inclusion criteria through the recruitment method will be digital natives ages 18 to 38. Next, a unique sample will be sought. A short survey will be given to the volunteers to specifically identify the digitally engaged participants that listen to music while performing other tasks such as reading, writing, communicating via text, etc. Once a volunteer population has been identified, thank you letters will be sent to all parties that will not be involved in the survey, while acceptance correspondence will be sent to the selected sample along with all permission documents and processes identified and required by the IRB. From here, semi-structured interviews will be scheduled. The interviews, whether in person or on telephone, will be recorded and immediately transcribed. Researchers' notes will also be kept with the journal. The research literature on the use of the modality principle in instructional design indicates that the impact for the modality principle has not been as pronounced with millennial learners. Instructional designers for online learning often adhere to the modality principle using animations and narration with limited text elements. The cost for narration for e-learning projects can exceed $340 per finished minute. However, it is unknown how millennial learners perceive the modality principle in instructional design. Millennial students have been described as digitally engaged. Frank and Alexander defined a digitally engaged student as one who is engaged with digital devices such as computers and related information communication technologies. Robinson suggested that it is generally considered as true that the millennials socialize significantly different than previous generations. They consequently bring that dominant culture of open connectivity and engagement into the conservative teaching and learning environment in education. Several studies have indicated that the modality principle in instructional design is less effective with millennial learners because many of them are digitally engaged with high technological experience. The authors suggested more research is needed on this topic. Rob also suggested further research is needed on design principles to explore the factors that may further clarify the relationships among self-regulated approaches to learning. Martin and Concross also indicated that creating learning environments that remain relevant and foster student development needs more research. The purpose of the proposed research study is to investigate digital native perceptions of instructional designs incorporating the modality principle. The theoretical framework for this proposed study will be Sweller's cognitive load theory, which helps explain how learners process information from sensory memory through working memory into long-term memory. Sweller's theory asserts that reduced cognitive load increases the learner's capacity for learning. The modality principle is based on the cognitive load theory in that text on the screen accompanying a graphic produces cognitive overload and thereby reduces the learner's capacity to learn. This study proposes to investigate the experiences of learners engaged in digital natives that are engaged with instructional designs that incorporate the modality principle. The research question is, how do digital natives perceive instruction design using the modality principle? The proposed research study will be basic qualitative design as defined by Merriam, which is built around the symbolic interaction of learners and e-learning design material. Data will be collected using semi-structured interviews, obtaining learning perception of an activities performed, incorporating the modality principle in the design. The interviews will be transcribed, coded, and compared. Additional interviews will be completed as necessary to reach data saturation. The proposed research study will add additional literature to the field of instructional design. Researchers has identified a gap in the literature regarding digitally engaged natives and the modality principle. Recent studies have shown a reduce in the effect of the modality principle for digital native learners. This study proposes to focus on digitally engaged digital natives in an effort to identify their experiences with instructional design that incorporates the modality principle. The digital native experience with instructional design using the modality principle is largely unknown, and this proposed study aims to investigate those experiences. Instructional designers for online learning often adhere to the modality principle using animations and narration with limited text elements. These designs can become exceptionally expensive, with a cost for narration potentially exceeding $340 per finished minute. Pending the outcome of this proposed study, instructional designers designing learning for digital natives may see financial benefits by being able to forego narration in exchange for another, less expensive delivery method. References are on the following slides. Once again, I thank my classmates and Dr. Dooley for all of the work that you've put in. I have really enjoyed it, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the future.